I'm the king of this shit, yeah, I'm built to last. Bitches trying to front, but they don't got the craft. Rolling with my crew, we move quick like a flash. Living that street life, making money, making cash. I hate your team, they just wanna crash. But I'm balling on a level, yo, I'm sipping on that sass. Smacking off the podcast, don't step to me. Talking all that noise, but you're just a parody. Fuck your mama, know you hate my clarity. We live in thug life, that's the reality. I'm the voice of the streets, I'm the absolute truth. Got these fuckers shook, they just playing the sleuth. You claiming that you tough, but where's your proof? I'm flexing all these wannabes, I'm the living proof. Hard street living, always rolling deep. In the shadows making moves, never lose my sleep. My rhymes hit hard like a punch from the street. So fuck with me, you know you can't compete. Stacking off the podcast, don't you step to me. Talking all that noise, but you're just a parody. Fuck your mama, you know I did. We live in thug life, that ain't no shit. Smack, yeah, we making waves. Cast hitting hard like we digging graves. Got that fire in my soul, feel the heat that raves. In this life, boy, you either thug or just slaves. With my crew by my side, we rise up like kings. Life's a game of chess and I'm pulling the strings. Got the world on my back while I'm counting these blings. Motherfuck your team, they don't know where to sing. I'm the real deal, no imitation. Speaking raw truth, no hesitation. Built from the struggle, pure determination. Smacking off the podcast, my revelation. Smacking off the podcast, don't you step to me. Talking all that noise, but you're just a parody. Fuck your mama, know you hate my clarity. We live in thug life, that's the reality. I'm the voice of the streets, I'm the absolute truth. Got these fuckers shook, they just playing the sleuth. You claiming that you tough, but where's your proof? I'm flexing on these wannabes, I'm the living proof. Hard street living, always rolling deep. In the shadows making moves, never lose my sleep. My rhymes hit hard like a punch from the street. So with me, you know you can't compete. Smacking off the podcast, don't you step to me. Talking all that noise, but you're just a fucking freak. Fuck your mama, you know we all did. We live in thug life, that ain't no shit.
But you daddy don't like. You don't. I'll be you back in Notre. The sun's back alive. What you wife? Like the gun. One together. We know. Don't do. We know. We know. Don't do. We know. What you do.
Smacking off the podcast, yeah, we making waves. Cash hitting hard like we digging graves. Got that fire in my soul, feel the heat that raves. In this life, boy, you either thug or just slave. With my crew by my side, we rise up like kings. Life's a game of chess and I'm pulling the strings. Got the world on my back while I'm counting these blings. Motherfuck your team, they don't know where to sing. I'm the real deal, no imitation. Speaking raw truth, no hesitation. Built from the struggle, pure determination. Smacking off the podcast, my revelation. Smacking off the podcast, don't you step to me. Talking all that noise, but you're just a fucking freak.
broken codes, whisper secrets we keep. A pulse in the dark where the shadows lead. It folds the stars, they're cracked and cold. Echoes of tomorrow, louder than today. They chase the light, but it fades away. Echoes of tomorrow, lost in the sway. Cold, but it won't stay. Light blooms on a shattered screen, fragments of worlds that could have been. The air tastes sharp, the night
Ain't that complicated? I'm sipping the wine, riding this train to glory. Got my cash on my mind all the way to hell and back. We don't play, we attack. Fuck 'em all, your team sucks balls. Stay out of my track. Ain't nobody dissing me and walking away unscathed. Smacking off the podcast, we ain't afraid. Rolling in these streets like a king, reaching for the paper until the final bell rings. Up in ya, where the hustle never sleeps. Bitches talking still, but they ain't too deep. We riding that glory, train full of fire. Light away, motherfucker, we're going higher. We're going higher. We're going higher. Our street life too fast, no time for regrets. Dodging all the hate, no time for your threats. I'm clocking my mileage, trunk full of ambition. Every bar I spit, man, it's a street composition. Run the blocks like a boss, never take a loss. All these fuckers in my rear view, paying the cost with me, crew. Yeah, we ride or we die. Got the city on my back, watch the haters comply. Up in ya, where the hustle never sleeps. Bitches talking still, but they ain't too deep. We riding that glory, train full of fire. Right away, motherfucker, we're going higher. We're going higher. We're going higher. We ain't slipping. Hell no, we ain't. Every step I'm pimping. Hell yeah, we say we creep. Podcast spitting fire while these poles are just glare. We the lions of this jungle, so you better beware. So you better beware. Like a goddamn movie, I'm the star of the show. I'm full of ambition, let my true colors glow. I'm gripping on the path and I'm killing the scene. Ain't no stopping this train, just follow the dream. Fuck 'em all, I'm the realest, see the truth in my eyes. While you motherfuckers fumble, I'm the one that will rise. So bring your best game, but I'm calling you bluff. Cause when it's all said and done, man, you ain't that motherfucker. Up in ya, where the hustle never sleeps. Bitches talking still, but they ain't too deep. We riding that glory, train full of fire. Get away, motherfucker, we're going higher. We're going higher. We're going higher.
Selecting up places, coming through, motherfuckers. Oh, well, fuck you. Fuck me, oh no. With a drink in hand, you fucking drunk, you'll go straight to jail, you know you will. So give them hell, you fucker, you. Grab your tickets and pack your bags. Grab your things, no time to lag. But fuck you say, hey, hey, just don't be gay. Cause we don't play that shit. smacking off us now or never. Here we come. With a drink in hand, you're fucking drunk, you'll go straight to jail, you know you will. So give them hell, you fucker, you. Grab your tickets and pack your bags. Grab your things, no time to lag. The fuck you say, hey, hey, just don't be gay. Cause we'll play that shit, hi-ho, hee-ho. Let's all go, the smacking off is now or never. Here we come, hi-ho, hee-ho. Let's all go, to smacking off. It's now or never, here we come.
Bouncing, bouncing, those donkey balls, looking for a place to land. Bouncing, left and bouncing right, looking for a stupid grin. Open your mouth, cause here they come. You're a dead man walking, cause they don't want you no more. Your coaching skills are suspect, and your wife's a street walking whore. Oh, bouncing, bouncing, bouncing right, looking for a stupid grin. But your mouth, cause here they come. You're a dead man walking, cause they don't want you no more. Your coaching skills are suspect, and your wife's a street walking whore. Your coaching skills are suspect, and your wife's a street walking whore. Walking whore.
The way we played against Southern Cal and Ohio State, I think we walk out of there with a victory.
Mario's capable of fucking it up somehow.
We have to be on game day. You know what that's gonna be like.
No.
You don't play.
Damn you, Ed.
It's like I like that graphic. I look like Dr. Demento. I like that.
You,
I like Dr.
yeah, you noticed that too, didn't you?
You're a dead man walking for the unemployment line.
You ain't nothing but a punk bitch. Fuck you and every goddamn thing you stand for.
Smacking off the park.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to Smacking Off the Podcast. What's up, Doug?
What's going on?
All the fun and excitement in the whole world right here on Smacking Off the Podcast. Now, I was listening to the intro, Doug. And what was that guy's name that went off on the big rant that was a Tennessee fan, and it's going in? I mean, I listened to that live when it came out. I thought it was special. But
Oh, you talking about Paul something?
Yeah, and that was what's that?
I'm trying to remember his name. It ain't coming to me. It's Paul something.
Yeah, he reminds me of real people that I really know.
and they had consumed a whole lot of alcohol, and he went over the top with it. And that in this new world, right? I don't know if we could go off on rants like that, but sometimes I think it's necessary in life. If we get the opportunity, we'll do it.
Oh,
So I think I
absolutely.
hear other people. I think there's other people here that has joined us.
Oh, well, I
Was
know
it?
Ed is in, and let's see here. Let's bring in.
I'm here.
Yeah, I hear you. And there's Jeremy, and there is Bruce.
Hello, gang.
What's up?
We got
What is
football.
football? That's right. Excitement. Football excitement, man. And are y'all looking at this amazing graphic? Mauritius sitting there smoking the peace pipe. We got Pitt. We got the Notre Dame mascot as well as Alabama, Texas. And it says Week 12 is backing off the podcast, guys. It's got a big week of college football coming up. So
Man,
I'm excited.
I could not pick a game of the week because there's really 3 games that are extremely important. And there's one on this list that people may look at and think it's not really that important. And that would be Notre Dame at Pitt. But Pitt, they have 2 losses, but they beat Notre Dame and they went out, but they still don't get an ACC championship game. They have a better chance probably than any other ACC team to pick up an at-large bid.
Well, according to Pat Narduzzi, it's not a very important game. It's not a must-win. But he said that. He said that it's really not that big of a game to him. That if they lose, they are still in the ACC race. That they can still accomplish all they want to. That Notre Dame game really isn't that important. And I hope you notice my mocking tone because that is about the most dang stupid thing I've ever heard. In this era now, with the playoff, the way that it is, every game is important. They win this game, it is going to be huge for them to stay in that playoff hunt. If they lose, even if they win the ACC, they're not guaranteed anything. So Narduzzi really said something stupid this week.
Well, if they win the ACC, they're in. But
not necessarily.
No, it's not absolute. And
so there's no more automatic bids.
It's the top 5 conference champions. It's not an automatic bid for the P4. Like there is a scenario where a power league could get left out. It's unlikely, but it's not impossible.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So another conference champion can get played.
Yeah, it's the 5 highest ranked conference champions. Period.
Yeah.
Either way, what you said is correct. Because what Narduzzi said was stupid. It's a huge game. It's not fatal if they lose, possibly, but it helps them a great deal if they win.
Yes.
I think it's just psychological to take the edge off his players so that they perform better. And that's the whole thing, playing loose and playing aggressively. And I think that was what he was trying to get to. Not that it wasn't significant, but that it was take the pressure off his guys. And
I mean, that's a valid point, but man, he picked a really bad way to do it.
Well, optics is everything.
Bruce,
That's true,
what he
Jeremy.
said, except that's not what he said.
So, based on that, guys, I can't imagine that in football. Myself, I feel football is vicious, and I got to feel vicious when I'm going out there, and I'm ready to hit you, and that's what my whole world revolves around, and that's the attitude I want to have, and I can't wait till the next time I hit you, and my life revolves around hitting you, right? And any coach that coaches anything other than getting me hyped about that, I don't understand them, right? I mean, it's not anything that I've seen before, right? I mean, they had me feeling like I could walk through iron. We're going to win this game. We're going to do this thing, Aren't you going to get to hit me as much as you want?
Air on fire.
Could you imagine Nick Saban or Kirby Smart or anyone saying anything like that?
I can imagine. I can
stay very calm because this is like any leader going into battle. If you show that, man, you are not together, your men that follow you are just going to say, this guy's a joke.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Well, there's definitely one thing that's for sure on this. If they beat Notre Dame, their stock is going to go way up.
Oh yeah.
Well, and if they beat Notre Dame is out.
Oh, absolutely.
What,
If
that
We
would be
hope.
their third loss, right?
You would
So,
think.
Yeah.
so this is a really important game. It's not quite on the level of Oklahoma at Alabama or Texas at Georgia, but it's not that far off because Notre Dame's got a lot riding on it, and Pitt has a lot riding on it too, because they're definitely not out of it.
It has playoff implications, and I wish Sean was here with us already to dig into this. But I agree with you, Doug. I think it has playoff implications for two different entities, one conference, one independent, and Notre Dame has to have it. They can't lose any more games this year. And Pitt has played well in stretches. Coach Narduzzi is competent. I mean, I'm interested to see what's going to happen. As far as weapons goes in the game, I'm not really excited by the offensive weapons other than Love at Notre Dame. Is anybody seeing that other than me, that they don't really have anybody that you could say, this is the guy and this is who we're going to go to win or lose? I just don't see that.
Pitt has a really Pitt did something pretty ballsy this season when they benched Eli Holstein and they turned things over to freshman quarterback Mason Heinschel. I think I pronounced his last name right. If I'm not, forgive me. But the kid's been playing well. But this game, Pitt's 101st versus the pass, 5th versus the run on defense. But you got to think the Irish is going to rely heavily on Love to try to open up some passing downfield options for CJ Carr. Pitt, they got to get that freshman quarterback going early in that groove. But even though it's at Pitt, I think Notre Dame is just going to overpower them. I know Pitt's had a pretty good rushing defense this year, but they haven't faced a guy like Jeremiah Love yet. And
Well,
I'll go and get
save your score pick because
I'll save it.
We'll come back to it.
All right.
Well, the thing that I see with Notre Dame this year, and I've watched them very closely, all their games, much as I can. And the main thing that I see with them is that at times in stretches, they can get out of sorts, get disjointed, and they don't play well. And when they're not consistent, especially on defense, they're susceptible. And they are. And their quarterback is still a freshman. So, I just see an upset happening very, I can't say easily, but can happen.
Oh yeah, I can see it, and it's all how you look at it.
It don't put Pitt in the playoff if they win it, but boy, it would really set them up. And even if they play at my opinion on this is that if Pitt wins this game and they win out, but somehow still don't get into the, I know there's some different things that's got to happen for Pitt to get into the ACC championship game. I think Pitt has a shot if they went out and beat Notre Dame to grabbing that large bid.
They're creator of their own destiny, that's for sure.
So who's better this year? What's that, Doug?
Better than who?
Is the Big 12 or the ACC better this year?
The Big 12.
I think Big 12. Yeah, ACC's the weakest power league, no doubt. So
an at-large bid for ACC team, where's that going to come from, you think?
I don't think they're a shoo-in for it to happen, but I think that the possibility is there if they beat Notre Dame and Notre Dame doesn't lose again.
You have to come from Notre Dame. That's where it would come from. So that's the beauty of why it's possible, Doug. That's why you're smart on this one, is because if they knock Notre Dame out of the place that Notre Dame would have occupied could go to a second ACC school. So it's deeply significant, actually.
Yeah, it does open doors.
Well, we know the committee loves Notre Dame, so if Pitt is able to pull this off, they will. What are they? I don't have it in front of me, but I think they're like 18th or 19th, something like that, in the in the top 25 this week. If they beat Notre Dame, that they'll probably move 3 or 4 spots up at least, and they may even get as far as the projections.
Big if.
They may even get into that ACC spot on the projections, because if they went out, they've got, I think they have Miami left in their schedule. If I remember correctly, they've got some teams in their league that they're playing that they could knock out of the conference championship picture because they're going head to head with them.
Sean Devine, what's going on?
What's going on, everyone? How we doing?
So right now we're discussing the possibility that Pitt beats Notre Dame, and that it puts Pitt in a situation where if they went out, even if they don't make the ACC championship game, the chance would be there for an at-large bid, possibly.
Well, didn't Pat Narduzzi tell us that they don't need to beat Notre Dame?
That was stupid. That was stupid as fuck.
It's not a conference game, right? So,
no, it's not. But they're not guaranteed to get in even if they win the ACC.
Some of us coming from, I guess, the old school where we try to just win every game.
He must think they got an auto berth if they win the ACC. But they do not.
Which I mean, I don't think they do right now. I don't think anybody. I mean, I think we talked last week. I'm rooting at least for the doomsday scenario, which is the Duke Blue Devils win out and they're a 4-loss conference champ, and we put the pressure on the committee,
and that could happen. I mean, very easily.
It definitely makes for a better selection show, does it not?
Yes, it does.
As far as the game, I mean, Pitt's got as good a chance as I haven't looked at the line yet, but they're at home. They're retiring Aaron Donald's jersey, so they're going to be fired up. And if they pack the house, it'll be a tough place to play.
Ed, are you shaving your ass again?
He's manscaping, you know what it is? Or is he shilling for Snyder's of Berlin again?
Time to make your bed, before bed smoothie.
There you go.
So anyway, let's get into these games, and we've got 3 games of the week. We'll come back to all those at the end. But the first game we got to jump off is the really big USF Bulls at Navy.
Bulls at Navy. What a titanic matchup. And Navy's rebounding from their loss to Notre Dame. And South Florida's been looking pretty good, guys. Even though it's at Navy, it's on ESPN too. That's a pretty good big game for teams in the Silk. I don't think the spotlight's going to hurt South Florida. I got them winning big, though. I'm thinking like 31-10.
Sean, what's the bowl implications here?
They're both already bowl eligible for sure.
Right. What bowls are we looking at here?
Well, I think Navy always has the option to go to like either the Armed Forces Bowl or the there's another one that's sponsored by I think either Northrop Grumman or Lockheed Martin that's in their own stadium there in Annapolis.
Isn't there one that's actually called the Military Bowl?
The military, thank you. Yeah, there's a Military Bowl. There's the Armed Forces Bowl. Navy could definitely go to those. For USF, they need to keep winning to be potentially the Group of 5 representative in the CFP, which I think if they win out, that's probably going to be them. I think, they have what? They have the win over Florida and a respectable loss at Miami. So for the Bulls, it's just win out.
Play Memphis again in the conference title game and beat them.
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna have to win their conference championship game, but if they do that, they're looking good for that spot.
Yeah.
Give me Navy at home by a touchdown.
Oh, that's exciting news. That's spicy. What you got on this one, Ed?
I got South Florida big. That offense is pretty strong with Byron Brown. Navy's defense isn't very good. They're small, 38-14 Bulls.
Ow! Nice. We got diametrically opposed things going here, but I like it, right? And what are you thinking on this one, Bruce?
I got Navy. And I like going out on the limb, but they'll win by 7. And I think it's probably 27-20.
I like that.
That was a great pick, Bruce.
They don't like losing at home.
No, aren't you a Navy man, Bruce?
Yeah, I hate to say it, I am.
I ain't hating. I come from a Navy family, even though I'm personally Army. My dad and grandfather both Navy. What are you thinking on this one, Jeremy?
Well, both teams, one conference loss. USF is in the college football playoff picture. Now, one thing about Navy that they did not have against Notre Dame, Blake Horvath is going to be back at quarterback. He missed the Notre Dame game. The midshipmen pretty good at getting to the quarterback, but Byron Brown can escape that pressure. I think the Bulls' explosive playability is going to be the difference. I'm going to say a little bit closer than some of you guys are that are picking South Florida, but I'm going to say South Florida 38, Navy 27.
Oh, nice. Did you pick on this one, Sean?
Not yet. Yeah, the anchors are certainly away for the Navy at this point. Their losing streak continues. Give me the Bulls 35-24.
Ow!
But
Exciting and new.
we're missing something about this Navy team. They really should have a bowl tie-in to the Duke's Mayo Bowl. So if they win, you can have a 5-star general get doused with mayonnaise.
The Navy would be an admiral. It'd be an admiral, not a general.
Yeah,
Whatever.
That'd be like Admiral Byrd.
Yeah, I would really like, assuming that Vandy maybe loses a game going down the stretch. We could get Navy against Vandy. We have Commodores against midshipmen. I think that would be.
I love it.
Oh, that would be special.
Interesting.
Nautical themed bowl.
Yeah. They had a Kentucky Michigan State game on an aircraft carrier here for a while.
Oh, the old basketball tip-off game. Yeah. Not good though when the winds pick up.
Oh yeah, but it's like playing at the park in Chicago. That's why the duck is so popular up there, man.
I think they were going to try to bring that back. I heard.
Oh yeah, I'd like to see that. It's like Kentucky Wendy's, like Daniel Boone would like to get his fair wet and look for the wind. It's kind of like that playing park basketball in Chicago, trust me. And all right, now we moved on to the next Titanic struggle. We have Tennessee Tech at Kentucky, and I see that Jen Chavez has joined us, and she's saying,
she's back.
When do you get into the super important game of Tennessee versus New Mexico? Goofy hat team. Oh my goodness, we're not there yet, Jen. We're on Tennessee Tech.
Sorry, Jen. We didn't pick that game, but we had to do something from Tennessee, so we grabbed the Tennessee Tech Kentucky game instead. I'm sure you understand.
Well, real quick, they better be wary of those New Mexico State Aggies. I think they beat Auburn a couple of years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
They did.
And
beat them 31-20 in Jordan Hare. That was kind of where the legend of Diego Pavia began, because he was the quarterback for the Aggies in that game. And they that one could be tricky. But this game here, it's interesting because Tennessee Tech is undefeated, but I mean they're an FCS team.
Real quick, I got to tell the actual score on that. It was 31-10.
Yeah.
He said 31-20, and I was like,
"Oh, my bad.
Auburn got it. I know they got their ass beat worse than that. We can't let that slide."
I agree. My mistake.
Everybody's got to know that shit.
I apologize.
That bad in Jordan? Wow. Pavio, man, he's had Auburn's number.
So Tennessee Tech.
To Jeremy's point, they're unbeaten in FCS. I happen to look them up. They're not even in the top 5 in the FCS coaches poll, being unbeaten.
Wow.
There's a couple of teams ahead of them that have a couple losses that are ranked higher than them. Obviously, the number 1 team is unbeaten. It's North Dakota State, which is like every year. North Dakota State.
Perennially.
I don't think Tennessee Tech has a shot in this one. Shout out. This is week 2 of 3 weeks of. They don't all do it in 1 week anymore, but what we used to call SEC Cupcake Saturday in November. It started last week with Ole Miss and Citadel. There's a couple this week and then a couple more next week. But yeah, give me Dr. Balls' Kentucky Wildcats big, 42-7.
I can see that, Sean. And I have to say that Kentucky's improved offensively since they let their 4-star redshirt freshman quarterback play football. Now they've unleashed him. He can throw the ball. And now the running game has come along. And We still have an SEC offensive line for that reason. I say Kentucky grinds them to powder 42-10. What are you thinking, Ed?
I think it's going to be a pretty competitive game. You know, Kentucky's a bigger football team, and I don't think Tennessee Tech will be able to stop them, but I think it'll be competitive. I got Kentucky 31-23.
Nice. That'd be about the reality of the way things would go for Kentucky. You got any thoughts on this, Bruce?
What I really don't know a whole much about Tennessee Tech, truthfully. What I do know about Kentucky is that they have a fairly good defense, and if I'm sure they can stop Tennessee Tech, and I look at the score to be around 32-17.
I mean, don't tell anybody, Bruce, but when we don't know anything about the teams, we just make it up as we're going. and we're still typically right.
Well, no, I mean they're not Tennessee Tech is not a name brand school, so
I think Doug put the feelers out. We could not find our Tennessee Tech insider.
I
It's unfortunate.
could not find the info.
I mean, I thought that Jen may know something about him, but she don't know shit about him either.
I don't even know where they're located in the state of Tennessee. That just tells you, like.
Yes, I've been to East Tennessee State, and I've actually played basketball on their court, though, just pickup games, though. And a few up Middle Tennessee State, I've been there. I've been through a whole lot of schools, but I couldn't tell you where Tennessee Tech is.
They're in the high tech region. They're in the high tech region.
Oh, goodness. Well, that's pretty impressive.
And obviously, we're forgetting our favorite Tennessee school, of course, which is, of course, Swanee. Go you Swanee Tigers.
Yeah. Why didn't you pick a Swanee game, Jeremy?
I'm sorry, what?
Why didn't you pick one? Did Swanee not play this week?
Do they even have a team anymore?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. They do.
I think they're what's the
my bad, critical overlook.
Their arch rival in their conference at the level they play at is the old Center College from Kentucky. They used to be, the nickname used to be the Praying Colonels or whatever.
The Colonels, the Kentucky Colonels, Center College. They had the first heart surgery in like 1790 or something.
That's now Swanee's big rival.
Where's Transylvania University at?
It's right in the middle of election. That's where both presidents. Here's some trivia for you guys. Both presidents during the Civil War had at least some education at Transylvania, and the president's wife was a Transylvania. Abraham Lincoln's wife was a Transylvania graduate.
Oh man!
And I bet their mascot was not Dracula, was it?
Oh, it had to be Dracula. Come on.
That would have been fucking awesome. Back in that day, it probably wasn't that big of a deal to
and Tracy had great. I don't know if it was Division 2 or 3, or it may have been NAIA, but they had Don Lane was a great all-time coach there at Transy in basketball, and I played lots of pickup games at Transy, and they and it was actually a pretty esteemed institution. And at one time, Lexington was the far west as culture went, right? Until the West developed this stuff, and it was considered the West. So Lexington having a real university, we're talking about, before the Civil War, having a real university, an opera house, things like that. That's as far west as culture went. So it's what it is. But in this case, that's not going to save Tennessee Tech. I think Kentucky's just going to run the football and make them like it. And if anybody ain't picked it, Doug, did you pick this?
Give me Tennessee Tech to get their ass whooped.
There you go. All right, so that leads us to.
Well, hang on. I'll say I talked a little bit about it. I didn't give a pick. I'll say Kentucky 38, Tennessee Tech 20.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Sorry about that, Jeremy.
All right.
So let's go move on to our next game of the week. Well, it's not the game of the week, but it's one of the games of the week. And it's important now, Iowa at USC. This game has some implications now.
I mean, the way I look at it is if Iowa can't win at home, a big game, they're not going to win a big game on the road. So I'm going to just go ahead and go out front here and take USC 31-17.
Damn right. What are you thinking on this one, Bruce?
I like Iowa. Naturally, I'm not a Lincoln
Bruce
Riley
loves
fan,
USC, but
and I really don't see Iowa played a great game last week, and I really think they're going to beat them, and the score is going to be, I would say, 32-20.
Nice. What are you thinking on this one, Ed?
The game's at USC, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I think Iowa makes it competitive. They have a better defense than the defenses that USC has seen. I got USC 27-17.
27-17, he says. What are you thinking on this one, Jeremy?
I don't think Iowa has the offensive firepower to win this. They'll keep it close. They have that slow, grinded out style. They'll frustrate USC for a bit, but Trojans get it done at home. USC 27, Iowa 20.
Nice. Sean, what's your pick on this bad boy?
Yeah, to whoever said it at the beginning, I'm not quite sure about, this is kind of a necessary win for Iowa. I guess that's right if they kind of want to stay in the picture, but to me, the biggest is this is a must win for Lincoln Riley and his tenure at USC. If they lose this game, they're probably going to lose again next week in Eugene, and now you're back to another 8-4 season at SC. That's we already established it. Man, he's been there a while now, and the results would, if he loses this game, would tend to pretend that they're going to be the same year in and year out, which is 8-4, 7-5. So this is absolutely a must-win for Lincoln Riley and USC. They're at home. They have the talent advantage on offense, and this year, what we used to call Iowa's calling card, the great defense, hasn't quite been there. I know they slowed Oregon down, but I think that was more of the weather and Oregon missing out on a lot of. So I'm picking USC. I got USC winning it 28-17.
That noise is bizarre, Sean. I've got to credit you on your composure, right? Just one of the things that, like when you go through the, you're bored to be an NCO, you got to show composure no matter what. And we even had Star Trek noises going on there for a second. It was impressive, I have to say.
Yeah, it didn't shake him or anything.
Your military bearing, right?
I thought they were getting rid of the 56K modem dial-in, but I guess.
Oh yeah, it went straight to some 1960s Beatles shit there for a while. But they, myself, I have to say, Iowa could beat USC at home if they could score some points, but they don't score points real well. And I'm with you guys. I don't think Lincoln Riley is an elite coach. I know he's being posed as one, and he had some results at Oklahoma, but 8-4 isn't good enough for a true blue blood program like USC, especially with the talent that's available and the money that could be raised there. So I think that they're gonna crap out and they're gonna lose to Iowa. So I got Iowa 21-10.
And
the thing about it is, guys, think about this.
USC has to win because next week they play Oregon.
Yeah.
I would love for USC to win this game just so we could set up a little mini round robin tournament to conclude the season with, USC going to Oregon next week, and then the following week Oregon going to Washington. That would be, that would make it at least a little more drama. Obviously, with no offense, Bruce, with Washington crapping out in Madison last week, that kind of took that back a little bit. And then if USC loses to Iowa, you go, well, okay, it is what it is. But if USC could win this game, then next week in Eugene becomes a lot more exciting, and you have more attention on that game.
If Iowa does pull this off and then USC does lose to Oregon, the one thing we're not talking about here is this could pave the way for Lincoln Riley to make it to Baton Rouge after LSU's first 6 choices turned them down.
Oh, wow.
Or the other kind of rumblings that are creeping out of, I guess a couple of Big Ten teams aren't happy about being in the Big Ten anymore and want to
Yep.
leave. I don't know.
So I have an
USC
update,
is
guys.
one of them.
I have an update. Tennessee Tech is in Cooksville, Tennessee.
Beautiful
Between
Cooksville.
Knoxville and Nashville. And Jen Chavez says y'all are being rude.
Yeah,
We're being rude. I'm so sad about that. I'll do my best.
I'll get them in line, Jen.
The gaudy orange is rude. Deal with it.
Speaking of
Even
rude,
if USC wins this week and loses at Oregon, they're out.
Correct.
that's true.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, right? It doesn't. I mean, USC still just got the one Big Ten loss to Illinois, right? I don't think they've. So they're kind of still in the. Obviously, Indiana and Ohio State right now are in the driver's
but if they lose to Oregon, first of all,
If they lose to
unless
Iowa, they're out of it, and if they lose to Oregon, so they got to run the table. They got to run the table.
run that table. Hell yeah.
they're
That's what
not
they got
in
to
the
do.
at large bid with 3 losses, and they're not likely going to the Big Ten championship.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's winning out for USC.
I mean, there's probably some absurd scenario by which they can get in to the Big Ten championship, but it's not at all likely.
Well, if they win out, they have one loss, and Ohio State were to lose to Michigan, which we've seen recently in the near recent past. The tiebreaker would go to USC because they beat Michigan, and Ohio State wouldn't have.
Yeah.
And they
That's
don't play
interesting.
each other. Ohio State and USC didn't play each other this year. So
I don't know. I think it's setting up for a Titanic Indiana Ohio State matchup.
yeah, I mean that's what it feels like. I mean, looking at Indiana's remaining schedule, they should be able to, sleepwalk into Indianapolis the rest of the way.
I know it would
That's
never
what-
happen, but if Indiana loses any of their upcoming games, they should just automatically be disqualified from the playoff because that would just be pathetic.
Especially if they lose to Purdue.
Yeah.
Like I've seen Purdue in person this year. It's not pretty. It's bad. Bad. And that was against Ball State, a game they won. I go, man, this is not good.
Did they win by miraculous events?
No, I mean they controlled the game, but it was more of Ball State just not doing anything and turning the ball over and I mean it wasn't anything spectacular by Purdue. It was, but I mean then you watch the rest of Purdue's games. I mean they've gotten bullied by a lot of teams this year.
Oh yeah, they just fat run over. And our next game is Virginia at Duke. Here's interesting. Duke has played well at times. Does anybody think we have any upset possibilities here?
Well, last time I looked, Duke was actually favored by like a field goal.
The game's in Durham, right?
Yeah, the game's in Durham.
Yeah.
The game is in Durham.
Yeah.
And do we know if Chandler's going to play for Virginia?
Oh, let's look it up.
If he's not, I would lean towards Duke at home with because Mensa, man, you never know when Mensa's going to turn it loose.
Mensa is a heck of a quarterback. I mean, you have Duke at home. You have Cavaliers coming off that bad loss to Wake Forest, I believe. And look, I love any game that would cause possible further chaos for the committee to discuss. For that reason alone, I want Duke to win. I'll say Duke 31, Virginia 26.
Damn. And it says Chandler Morris remains in concussion protocol and is viewed as questionable for Saturday's game against Duke. That's so that's interesting. And me, I'm kind of with you, Jeremy. I like Duke in this game. I'm thinking 21-17. What are you thinking, Ed?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big concern. Virginia put up 9 points last week. Is that right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter who's playing quarterback because Wake Forest does not play a whole lot of defense.
No, they do not.
That's a concern. I got Duke 30-16.
Damn. I like it. What are you thinking on this one, Sean?
You know, if Morris plays, I give Virginia, uh, a 50-50 shot at beating Duke. If Morris doesn't play, and he's been kind of the heart and soul of that team this year, if he doesn't play, I like Duke. Just they're at home and they're going to be fired up, and I'm with Jeremy. I love anything that can bring chaos to the committee. So give me the Blue Devils 28, Virginia 23.
Damn. And it makes me notice that from both Fred Stafford and Maurice are cutting their eyes at us. So what are you thinking on this one, Bruce?
I like Duke. Virginia's ripe for the picking. If their main guys out, it's pretty hard traveling, coming off the floor, and trying to win after a bad loss the prior week. I mean, we're going to find the same thing when we play Purdue this week. So no, I got Duke.
No, Doug. Sorry about that. Doug,
I'm a big believer in home field advantage, even when the team doesn't have to travel very far. In Virginia's case, give me Duke by a touchdown.
Oh, and then Doug, I have to mention that Jen finds our alien sound captivating. At least it's my interpretation of her comment. And they,
Look,
Yeah,
I want to
I
know
know.
who's eating Cheetos and not sharing them, because this is what it sounds like, a Cheetos bag rustling on this end.
I thought it was like Snyder's of
It
Berlin.
sounds like it's like interfering with the microphone though, or something. So
Like something's
whatever
rubbed
it
up
is,
against
it's got to have some metal in it.
Goodness. It's crazy, man. I tell you what, but it's not enough to throw me off of wanting to talk about Utah at Baylor, which should be a pretty impressive game. I think that one could be highly entertaining. And Utah's played pretty well, but they had key loss, and Baylor's had some key losses, but they're both pretty strong. Baylor's at home. What are you thinking on this one, Bruce?
I got Baylor.
Hey, let me make a statement real quick. I can make that sound go away just by muting Ed's microphone.
Thank you.
Bully.
Ed, get the microphone out your ass.
Oh.
Are you trying to intentionally annoy us, Ed?
Well, he's saying,
Hey,
I caught
should I
something.
unmute him so that he can defend himself?
Just only after I mentioned that you implied his ass was crinkly. But yes, go for it.
Ed.
Yeah.
Ed, you fixed it, Ed.
I'm here.
I know you're here, but there's something weird coming from your sound sometimes.
But how do you know it's me?
Because I can mute you and it goes away.
I see.
It's like Batman and Detective Comics. You know, it's like
I think it could be Jen, but Jen's not on the show. But if Jen could figure out how to make the sound come on our show, I think she would do it.
Well, if we mute Tennessee, would they go away?
It's always worked for me.
It's
We're
special.
being rude again.
I know.
Rude, exciting, and new. I like it though. Rude is what we do, and that's why.
Rude is what
Rude is what we do.
Sorry, we jumped into another song. Another game. What was it?
Yes.
I don't even remember what it was.
Utah Baylor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said that Bruce picked on it, but he was pretty succinct. He basically said,
Yeah, this one I don't think it's going to be close. 37-17 Baylor.
Wow.
"Damn." Well, now that Ed's fixed his mic, should he break it down for us?
I think so.
Ed, it's on you, Bubby.
Well, Baylor's been pretty up and down. Utah looks like they might be the best team in the conference, even with the BYU loss. I got to have Utah winning this one 31-20.
Nice. All right, Sean, what do you think about this Titanic affair?
The game's in Waco, is it not?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So was Koresh, though.
Utah struggles to score. I like Baylor in this game. I think they can outscore Utah. Both teams have had up and down seasons, but I trust Baylor at home a little more than I do Utah on the road. So give me Baylor 31-27.
Nice. What are you thinking on this one, Jeremy?
Well, this is one of those games where I have a magic number for you guys, okay? The magic number is 22, as in the Utes are 0-7 since 2024 when allowing 22 points or more. Baylor has only scored less than 22 once this season. I like the Bears in Waco. Bears 27, Utes 23. And someone said Utah was the best team in the Big 12. Did they forget Texas Tech exists?
Oh, yeah, they had a big win last week, too.
That's a good point, Jeremy.
I'm taking Baylor.
Maybe that meant historically, Jeremy.
Maybe.
How
long has Utah been in the 12? A year or two?
Yeah.
2 years, maybe.
No, my foot tastes good.
That's all right. Now that I've heard everything you say, I'm thinking the same thing. I think Baylor wins at home in a tough one, 28-27.
Ooh, barn burner.
Yes, Doug. What are you feeling about this bad boy?
Yeah, give me the home team by 7.
Hallelujah! And that gives us a chance to move.
Hold
What's
on,
that?
Jen's got something to say.
She's got something to say. Assholes. She says we're assholes. I was going to say it's better to burn out than to fade away. Do you know that song, Jen?
Jen, don't talk about the crew, man. Don't talk about it. This is our crew.
I'm just wondering if we're supposed to take that as an insult. I mean, this is smacking off the podcast, right?
This could be a badge of honor game.
I think she's talking to Ed.
Oh, goodness. That would be special, wouldn't it? Like Jerry's kids, though. And that makes me think about, Doug, your home state, right? A lot of people confuse Jacksonville State with like in Florida, but there's a Jacksonville State right there in Alabama, and I'm sure that's who these guys are, right? And what are they, the Gamecocks?
They are. You are correct. Good job.
Good job. The Jackson. That's because they played Missouri. Because I read about a game years ago between them and Southeast Missouri State when Adolph Rupp was coaching there.
That was the team that actually beat Florida State a couple of years ago. Jacksonville State, I believe.
Yes, that's interesting. So you picked this matchup. Break it down for us. Let us know, Jeremy, why we're captivated by Kennesaw State at Jacksonville State, the Gamecocks.
Well, this one, I don't think either team will make the playoffs, but both teams have 2 losses. Both teams are undefeated in Conference USA play. And Kennesaw State is a great story. I mean, the Owls, they were the team that last year was in the FBS for the first year. They fired their coach midseason. This year, they're having a great year. They're 6-2, undefeated in conference play. They got to travel to Jacksonville State. Jack State, another thing about them, a couple of years ago, their coach was Rich Rodriguez. Now you're back at West Virginia. So both teams have had some pretty good history. Jacksonville State back in the day in the early 90s, they were a powerhouse in Division II. They won the 1992 Division II National Championship. And so there's a lot of good history with this program. But I think you're going to see Jack State at home do pretty well. I think it's going to be a close one. Both teams do a lot of good things, both offensively and defensively. But Gamecocks at home, 27-24.
Nice. Sean, do you have any thoughts on this one?
I have not caught any of Kennesaw State other than I think they're the lone team that's the nickname is the Owls, who are not in the American Conference because the other Owl schools playing FBS football are all in the American. Temple, FAU, and I know I'm missing one other one, I think. But I wish Kennesaw State could so then we have all the Owls together. But an Owl versus a Gamecock, I think it's going to be the Gamecock because I have caught some of Jacksonville State. I like the way they're very resilient. I was watching them. I can't remember who they were playing, but they were down late and they fought and they came back and won. It was recently, a couple of weeks ago. So give me Jacksonville State. I like the way they play the game.
Nice. Well, y'all convinced me. I'm going to go with the Gamecocks too. Any team that like that's not called South Carolina, it's important and special. So I have to go with them anyway it goes. Now, what are you thinking on this one, Bruce? Now we've drug you all the way across the country
I'm
to the
gonna
deep
drag
south.
that whole thing up when at the beginning of this season. I think we were talking about the Hilltoppers, and I said I
Yeah,
like
Kentucky.
Hilltoppers, right? So
Mm-hmm.
in this game, I really am ignorant about both teams, and I'll be
Oh,
very frank.
fabulous.
And I like the name Kennesaw State,
Oh,
so I'm gonna roll with Kennesaw State.
hey, that's all the reason I ever
I
heard
will
that.
say they will win by 7 because I really, yeah, that's how I roll tonight on Kennesaw State and Jacksonville.
Hallelujah. And if Doug, since this is your home people, what are you thinking? Are you for your home team, the Jacksonville State
Yeah,
Gamecocks?
I can't go against them. Give me the home team 27 to 17.
Hell yeah. And and I knew a girl went to school there, and she wore a really flamboyant hat that had like a rooster across the whole front of it, and right in the middle it said, "I love cocks."
Of course.
She said, "I swear this is real shit, right?" And she was a real conservative family, so it was real interesting. But they, so hell yeah, go Cox. So our
Yeah, I
next
got Kennesaw State. I'm sticking with the feel good story 31-30.
31-30. Anything that has to do with Cox is a feel good story, he says. So, so I gotta say, as we move to the next game of the week, we're looking at TCU. They're the Horned Frogs, guys. So we move straight from Gamecocks to Horned Frogs, and they're at BYU and they're Mormon. So things are going to get more conservative, right? As we speak about this monumental battle going on between these teams. Oh yeah. So TCU, I know Nikki's not here tonight, so shout out to Nikki because I know she would root for TCU. And BYU guys fell off a little bit. They had a loss. I guess you could say they were exposed. What are you thinking on this one, Bruce?
They are officially labeled the Pretenders, BYU, in my book. So I'm going to roll with TCU, and for another upset on BYU, and 30-27.
So, Ed, you got to think about this. Are the Mormons going to get excited enough to make this a real home field advantage against TCU?
Well, I don't know that they
Is the
ever
game in
get
Provo?
that excited.
Yes.
Oh
Oh
yes.
yeah. They'll be high. One loss against probably the team they'll, if they can win out, play again in the Big 12 championship game. They have everything to play for. It'll be rocking in Provo for the TCU game. Absolutely.
Well,
Rocket
I
in
still
Provo.
got TCU winning this one.
And one of the
I agree
most
with
scenic
Bruce.
backdrops in college football there at Lavelle Edwards Stadium.
Yeah.
I'm with
Nice
Bruce.
stadium.
BYU
I don't think BYU Texas
historically
two
has
steps. I
late
think
season swoon.
they rebound. They beat TCU. I'll get something close, 34 to 27. BYU.
Now, Jen Chavez has made a comment, guys, that I've got to. I think I should address. Since she's a longtime fan of the program. She says y'all need Jesus, and I got to let her know that I'm a regular Baptist. I come from a snake handling tradition. I'm as deep as it gets, baby. You know what I'm saying, right? And they, we're talking about old regular Baptists started church in the middle of nowhere 200 years ago, and kind of things going on all around me. And the Mormons need Jesus too, guys. The Brigham Young can't leave it out of this.
Jen,
So,
what he's saying is his Jesus can beat up your Jesus.
oh yeah. I mean, I don't know what y'all know about Appalachian style church, but just imagine a scenario where you're like a 200-year-old building that about looks like a fort, Banning barracks from the 1940s, and there's the women sit on one side of their members, and the men that are members sit on another side, and there's like a tag team preaching going on in 2 pitchers of water, and it's just they don't sing like have songs like "Oh Red Cross" and all that. Instead, they have what's called line hymn, and the guy goes, "And Jesus said," and everybody goes, "And Jesus said." Well, I noticed in my youth, since I had to be involved in that and subjected to it, whatever y'all want to call it, and that it wasn't very entertaining for me. There wasn't any musical instruments, and I couldn't plug in my Marshall stack, so I'll move to the Nazarenes. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to help BYU. That's not going to bring Steve Young through the door, guys.
Yeah.
I know Nicky's not with us, but we just talked Baylor. We're talking TCU right now. Did see it, not relating to those teams, but there's a strange outside shot that the state of Texas could potentially get 4 teams into the college football playoff.
Damn. That's interesting.
Let's
Give us
name them.
that scenario.
So if Texas Tech wins the Big 12, I think we all would be in agreement they're in the playoff.
Oh yeah.
If Texas were to run the table the rest of the way, they would be in the Longhorns.
I saw a projection that had
and that would include a win over
was,
A&M, and
Yeah.
A&M would have just the one loss. They would be in. And then you would need North Texas to win out and get lucky and be the highest group of 5 team to get 4 teams from the same state into the college football playoff. It's not likely going to happen because we have other games to talk about as they come up here in our games of the week. But it's just a strange coincidence that
feasible.
one state could get 4 teams in.
It's definitely feasible. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
it's not out of the question at all.
USF beat the crap out of North Texas earlier.
Sure. We've seen stranger things in college football, Ed.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Got it. I don't see it, but I get the math.
Yeah, neither I don't see it either, but you know.
All right. So, is there anybody that hasn't picked on this Titanic affair? What about
I
you,
have not
Jeremy?
yet. I will say the Cougars recover 38-30 over TCU.
Nice.
No, and also, Doug, I want to add TCU to our Iowa State group of we can't trust them anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
You got it's 3 teams right now. It's TCU.
No, you can add Washington to that. Also,
Are we adding Washington and Florida State?
I'm adding Washington to that.
Okay.
Florida State says, and we want Jen Shove to know that instead of wearing my friend's Game Talks t-shirt to the Tent Revival, I'm going to wear Smacking Off the Podcast. And you should too. If you're listening to the show, you should get some of the swag, a Smacking Off the Podcast t-shirt, or even a hat, and represent. Because now we're moving to them 3 main games.
She could win a t-shirt right now. All she's got to do is answer this. What is the lone blue blood in the SEC? What's the 3 blue bloods in the SEC right now, Jen? We know she's going to miss it because she's going to say Tennessee's one of them.
We need. This is where we need, like, of course, we probably get sued for it if we ran the Price is Right music, but it'd be special.
The buzzer that they have there.
Oh yeah, the Gong Show. We can do like
we run that every. We run the Price is Right thing every Donkey Balls episode, Bob.
That's true.
And they ain't fucked with us yet.
It's special. It's special for
Not
me.
for that one anyway.
It's so old. It might be American.
Let me go ahead and go. I didn't pick on the TCU game. Give me the Horny Toads because BYU is deflated and it just gets worse. Give me the Horny Toads by a field goal on the road.
Yeah, I didn't pick either. I got TCU 33-21.
Oh, nice. That's right, Ed. That's special. Hell yeah. Is that where the bettors are coming in on this at, Ed?
Oh, I don't know. We don't get a ton of college football action. I mean, we get some, but mostly it's pro.
Yeah.
And the people that are betting on college are going to be betting tomorrow night and Saturday at 11:30 in the morning.
Damn it, Ed. Jen called you a jerk face.
Goodness.
I mean, I'm assuming she was talking to Ed. She didn't name you, Ed, but who said that Tennessee wasn't a blue blood? Whoever
Everyone of reasonable thought said that.
I concur.
I like the qualifying said should be Yeah. Okay.
Tennessee, the land of backstabbing coaches. That's all I can think. When I think of Tennessee, I can just think of Phil Fermer just waiting for Johnny Majors to bend over so he could lay it to him and so he could, talk about other coaches in the SEC and rat on them or whatever he could do to raise his pitiful status in the world. A man that couldn't coach Peyton Manning to a national championship. But to his credit, he sure coached T. Martin to one. And I got to bring it up. Whenever I hear about the greatness of Peyton Manning, he's just so beautiful to me. And I got through to the Westwood One radio calling show after the Broncos failure in the Super Bowl with Manning. And I was talking to him and I said, yeah, it's a great, let me ask you a trivia question. He goes, what's that? I said, how did Tennessee win the championship in 98? And they go, how? And I said, Peyton Manning graduated in 97. So
Truth.
It's special to me. And so that moves us
I
on.
think they just had a better team chemistry once there wasn't so much focus on one player.
Let's not forget Peyton Manning lost to Memphis.
Oh, to Memphis. Memphis has had some good football here and there, guys. And they're still in the hunt for a little bit of glory, at least the Also Ran Bowl. And, Kentucky would be able to be in the Also Ran Bowl, whatever they call it or sponsor it these days. That's basically what it is if you're not in the CFP, the Also Ran Bowl. So, getting the teams that want to be in the CFP and want to be in a real bowl, let's go with Notre Dame at Pitt, number 22 Pitt at noon Eastern, 11 Central on ABC.
Hey, before we kick these in, I just want to say that these three games to me, this is like a preliminary playoff to me. Because, and I realize that Georgia and Alabama may be able to lose these games and still bounce back in. I don't know about Oklahoma and Texas. Notre Dame probably can't lose. They definitely can't lose. I don't know. These are playoff games. Pittsburgh stays alive if they win. Notre Dame stays alive if they win. Oklahoma beats Alabama. Alabama has an ugly fucking loss to start the season, and it really starts to creep into the equation if they drop this game. I think Georgia probably is the team that can afford a loss better than anybody here.
But they do control their destiny, them and Alabama. I mean, you
get to the SEC championship game, yes.
Plus, if Georgia can beat Georgia Tech, in that last game of the season non-conference game, that'd be another big feather in their cap.
Yeah, exactly. I think Georgia definitely has the best position if they lose this weekend.
Yep.
But anyway, let's get into these games. Notre Dame at Pitt.
Notre Dame at Pitt. What do you think on this, Sean?
Well, the Irish are a 12.5-point favorite. They've been reeling them off since the loss to Texas A&M. They're on a 4-game winning streak against Pitt. The last time they played was 2 years ago, and they mollywopped them in South Bend. But this is a different Pitt team, and despite what Narduzzi's saying, I think that's him trying to sandbag and play possum. Pitt's going to be fired up for this game. They're bringing Aaron Donald back, their legendary defensive tackle, Super Bowl winner with the Rams, to retire his jersey. Acrisure Stadium, formerly Heinz Field, will be rocking. And it's a big test on the road for, he's still a redshirt freshman in C.J. Carr, who's been playing well of late, but he's going to have to make some throws in this game because I'm guaranteeing you Pitt's going to key up to stop the two-headed monster that's Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price. So I don't necessarily think the Irish will cover the 12.5. I mean, we've seen them play down, and supposedly there could be some rain on Saturday there in Pittsburgh. And, they just have played a little too funky on the road this year. I think it's a close one. I think the Irish prevail. I think it's 28-24 Notre Dame. But I think it's a hell of a fight. The prevailing talent on the Irish, along with Marcus Freeman's steady leadership at head coach, gets the Irish across the finish line to knock off Pitt. But it'll be a great game.
Yes, I like that pick. I would also pick Notre Dame myself, 22-21. What do you think on this one, Ed?
Well, historically, under Narduzzi, every time we start to think Pitt is pretty good, they show us that they're in fact not that good. And I think that trend remains in place. I was not aware that there was going to be potential weather issue on Saturday in Pittsburgh, so I'll lower my total on the points, but I got 27-16 Notre Dame.
Nice. What do you think on this, Bruce?
Well, Sean's going to be mad at me. But if Notre Dame plays as poorly as they did against BC, and Pittsburgh's way better than BC, Notre Dame can't make a mistake. It's going to be a close one. And I would say 23-20. And I'm going to go with Pitt.
I'm not mad. I definitely think we can lose this game for sure. I do. Pitt's been, the one thing they have done with Narduzzi is every now and then they rise up and they shock somebody. It was a couple of years ago. I think it was Clemson. But yeah, you have to be.
But they do that shit on the road like Georgia Tech used to.
Well, they did it at home that one year. Miami was trying to get finally to make the playoff, and Miami went up to Pitt and laid an egg. After beating us down in their building. So Pitt's just you got to watch out for Pitt. They can sometimes put together a game plan that is extraordinarily frustrating. It's a frustrating style of game. And it can rear up and bite you. So I'm not going in thinking we're winning this game. I'm thinking it's going to be a battle to the last second.
I just think of Notre Dame consistently. They have some really great highs, but they have some really great lows. And that's one part of the consistency level with Notre Dame this season that I've look at. And it's just Pittsburgh's not BC, so that's why I pick them.
So what are you thinking on this one, Jeremy?
Well, I mentioned this before. Pitt, they are pretty good against the run. They're like fifth against the run. And Notre Dame, that's what they're going to want to do. But they have not
fifth in the country, or
I think so. I think that's what I saw, because they're like 101st versus the pass. But they really haven't faced a lot. Let me ask you guys this, because I don't know, because I don't have their schedule in front of me. What is Pitt's biggest win this year?
I can tell you right now, it's at Florida State.
Oh, that should tell you something.
Well, sorry, that's the only ranked team they beat.
Yeah, and we saw how that ended up. But I don't think they got the freshman quarterback. He's been playing well, but he's a freshman. Notre Dame's defense has been playing pretty well lately. The point about Boston College, how they played against them, is valid. But I think the Irish will be up more for this game than they were against Boston College. I think it's close going into the fourth quarter. I think that by that time, the Pitt defense will be worn down. Jeremiah Love scores a late touchdown, and Notre Dame wins 31-20.
Nice.
This is a nice little start for a closing gauntlet of a stretch for Pitt, by the way. Yeah. Notre Dame Saturday, the following week at Georgia Tech, and then they finish at home against Miami.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
That's a tough schedule.
It's a hell of a stretch.
Yeah.
What are you thinking on this, Doug?
Let's get it started with a loss for Pitt, that stretch. And I'm saying they beat Florida State on the road 34-31, and that was when Florida State still had a little bit of respect for that Bama win early, before the wheels came completely off. Probably, their only ranked team they beat probably is not a top 25 team. So I think Notre Dame handles them. Give me Notre Dame by 17.
Nice. All All righty. So I guess everybody's picked on this Titanic matchup. Let's move on to Oklahoma at number 4, Alabama. 2:30 p.m. Central, 3:30 Eastern on ABC. Oh, do we want to hold this off because it's the crack pipe game of the week, or do we want to roll with it, Doug?
Let's roll with it. No, it's not the. There's the all three of these are.
Oh, that's right. They got a ball on each end. That's right, and you got them staggered. So it's actually
You got
got
them
a
staggered. I mean, you got people smoking from the left and smoking from the right.
Hell yeah, that's exciting. So Doug, you got to kick us off. You're a huge Alabama fan, lifelong contributor to Alabama's fandom. What do you think on this?
I think Alabama can lose this game. Obviously, Oklahoma, if they can put pressure on Ty Simpson and take him out of his groove, then I mean, I think this is one of the better defensive lines they played when they play up to their capability. I still think Alabama finds a way at home until they lose at home under DeBoer. Then I'm not picking against them. So give me Bama by 9, 29-20.
That's an interesting stat that DeBoer is unbeaten at home. Any thoughts on that, Bruce?
Yeah, I have to go along with that also. I just think I really like Benson at quarterback, even though Mateer is healthy and can run like the wind. And if Oklahoma's defense, I mean, right now I see it actually to be a 50-50 game, a toss-up. It can go either way. But I give Alabama the edge at home, 27-20.
Nice, Jeremy.
I mean, I've already got a door made for DeBoer for the Donkey Balls episode on Sunday.
Oh wow!
That's how much I believe that he can definitely lose this game, and I'm not going to be shocked at all because Oklahoma has that capability on defense to disrupt Alabama, and fuck up their whole game.
Yes, I believe it. What do you think about this one, Jeremy?
Well, we know Oklahoma's pass rush is fierce. The Tide pass protection has been up and down this season. I will say a few weeks ago when they played Tennessee, the Vols came in. They were leading the nation in sacks. Now, I know the Sooners' defense overall is better, but Tennessee came to that game leading the nation in sacks, and Bama allowed none. They tend to step up at home. They tend to step up against a team strength at home, especially. A couple of other things. This season, John Mateer has 8 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. He's turnover prone. Bama, the pass defense, has 8 interceptions. They've allowed 7 touchdowns in passing. And Alabama's defense has been really good lately. They may be playing as well as any team in the country defensively right now. We've had all the talk about the rushing yards and how they've been giving up big plays on the run. Since giving up 227 to Georgia, and that was several weeks ago, they've allowed 122 per game, which is pretty respectable. And then the yards per carry allowed since that Georgia game has gone down progressively each game. So this team is improving on defense. The offense, you still got to worry about the running game. They've got to get Daniel Hill more involved. He is a better running back right now than Jam Miller, but they keep feeding Jam Miller. I don't know if it's still from the concussion. He's still a little woozy or just not as sharp, whatever's going on there. But they have got to get Daniel Hill more involved in the running game and get him involved early. If they can do that, I don't think the Sooners have enough firepower and offense to win this. Yes, I agree with all the others saying that Oklahoma definitely could win it. I think they could, but I'm going to say a relatively low-scoring affair. And I'm going to say Bama 20, Oklahoma 13.
I think you also have to consider the fact that if Bama beats Oklahoma in a shitty game last year, even if they play bad and they beat Oklahoma, they're in the playoffs. So Bama can put all that fucking anger onto Oklahoma coming into this game that derailed their potential playoff spot last year.
And don't forget,
that
guys,
should be some motivation right there.
Don't forget, guys, the Black Hoodie of Death will be in play. Found out today they actually have like a vault where they keep like 7 or 8 of those black hoodies. just in storage in case Kalen DeBoer needs one. The superstition has arrived on the black hoodie of death on the Alabama sideline. DeBoer will be wearing it. The defense will play well. Again, Bama 20, Oklahoma 13.
All right, Sean, what do you think on this one?
Yeah, I mean, you guys have mentioned a lot of great points. I think the number one being that until Kalen DeBoer loses a game at home, which I don't think he has, I'm going to take Alabama. I just know Mateer's healthy, but even healthy, he's just not quite the same guy he was, at the beginning of the season. And that's one, you had the injury, but number two, you're not playing Temple. I think DeBoer has a long memory from last year, so that's extra motivation.
He better.
Yeah. To Jeremy's point, Alabama's defense, to me, has just gotten better week in and week out. I like Alabama in this game. I have Alabama 24, Oklahoma 13.
Damn it, Jim. What are you thinking on this one, Ed?
Well, if someone's going to go into Alabama and beat them, they got to play 4 solid quarters of essentially mistake-free football. And I don't think that Oklahoma is capable of doing that. Not this Oklahoma team.
Good point.
Against this Alabama team, and there is the revenge factor. So I got Bama with 27-10.
Nice. And that's where I feel.
That sounds better to me than my score, Ed, because I would really like to take a nap a little bit in the second half.
I would be shocked if Oklahoma went in there and won.
I would not be shocked.
I'll say this, guys. If the running game struggles again, if Hill can't get going, if Miller can't get going, don't be shocked if they give the freshman A.K. Deere just a few snaps to see what he can do with the football. We haven't seen him a lot. We've seen him mainly against reserves. But when he's touched the ball, he's been making some big plays. Again, it was garbage time. But if they struggle again and Ryan Grubb and DeBoer really want to throw an X factor in there to try to get a spark, don't be shocked if you see the true freshman get a few snaps.
There you go. That's what they need, some spark on the running game. But Oklahoma's strong against the run, even though I believe that they'll make mistakes. And that's why I'm picking Alabama 21-17.
There you go.
And all right. So, Doug, are we ready to move on to the big crackpot game of the week? Texas.
We are, and I saved this for just one time because I don't want to play it 3 times. But we can't do our – we've got to play it at least once for these crackpot games of the week here.
It's a crackpot game, but I'm waiting to get on your feet, motherfuckers. On your feet. On your feet. On your feet, motherfuckers.
Yeah, Maurice's eyes they were, totally fucking blanked out like a cartoon character. If I was the police, I pulled up on a car like that, and I see him like that, I'd probably have to see what was going on.
I would hope that Maurice wouldn't be riding around like in that condition, but.
Oh yeah. The first time when I got home from my first hitch in the military, Okeechobee County offered me a job as a sheriff's deputy. And I thought about it, and I said, I can see myself on 441 in the middle of the night, and I pull up on a car full of motherfuckers and somebody move wrong, right? I didn't know how that would work out, if it'd be good, so there was no way I could be associated with that. But my good luck to them guys, because the sheriff, when I left, so here's where my mind was about Okeechobee County law enforcement, is when I left, the sheriff had just blown his brains out in the damn courtroom bathroom,
What sheriff was that?
Damn, I don't remember, but it's in the papers and shit. I could Google that. I used to know his name.
I know John Collier got killed. Somebody killed his ass.
Oh, well, they say he blew his brains out. That's who we're talking about. The one that was in cahoots with the guys that was smuggling the drugs.
Oh, yeah. They did say it was a suicide, but all the people I knew that new police people said that it was definitely not a suicide.
So you
But
fast forward 5
state
years
police
later.
came in. State police came in and said nothing to see here. It was a suicide. Get the fuck out of here.
So you fast forward 5 years later, and they just offered me a job with that outfit. You know what I'm saying? And then me already, I was trigger happy after my adventures, so I could see how that would have worked out. It probably would have, you know. But we're looking at Texas at number 5, Georgia, and guys, Texas is in a position they can't lose any more games, really, in my opinion, and still be in the CFP. But if they win out, they're in strong position. Whereas Georgia has a loss, but they're pretty strong. They've got it pretty well together. I think it's a Titanic game, Doug.
You know, I don't believe in Texas. I don't believe that Texas can go on the road to Georgia and win. I'll believe it if I see it, but right now I don't believe it. And I know Texas has had their way with Georgia in the last few years, but I just don't see it happening this year. I don't trust Arch Manning to go over there and do what he needs to do to keep Texas in the game. So give me Georgia 24-14.
Ow. So, Sean, I know this game has a lot of significance. You know, a lot of people have opinions on how great Texas is and whether or not Georgia's for real. Where are you sitting on this game?
Texas is riding a 2-game losing streak to Georgia, and it's going to be 3 after Saturday night at Sanford Stadium. I think Kirby has the dogs fired up. I think a lot of people talking more about Texas, resurgence of late than about Georgia, and that usually gets Kirby fired up. And Sanford Stadium is one of the harder places to play, particularly at night. And I think the quarterback we're talking about after this game isn't Arch Manning. I think we're talking about Gunnar Stockton. I think Stockton does it again, similar to how he did it against Tennessee in that second half. And Georgia gets out of there clean with a win. I like the dogs 31 to Texas's 21.
Nice. Ed, what's your thoughts on this massive matchup at Georgia?
I got to echo what Sean said because I thought Doug said that Texas has had their way with Georgia.
You know, I was wrong on that. I just pulled this up to look. Texas, yeah, they beat them in the Sugar Bowl.
Doug, I've been known to be wrong, so no worries there. But
Texas leads the series 4-3-1 overall.
But the last 2 have been won by Georgia.
The last 2 has been by Georgia, yes.
Yes.
But my take on this is that Texas is not quite as good as they were last year, and Georgia's a little bit better than they were last year. And Georgia beat them twice, and it's in Athens. I don't see Georgia putting up 31 points. I got 24-14 Georgia. I think it'll be a little more high scoring than the Ohio State-Texas game, but similar to that to the extent that Georgia has control most of the way, even though the final score looks pretty respectable.
There you go. What are you thinking on this one, Bruce?
I'm going to go against the opinion of the crowd so far. I look at Arch Manning starting to round out at the end of the season. I see he's finally has gone for what Shark is trying to get him to do. And I think Texas's defense has much improved as the season's gone along. I'm not impressed with Gunnar Stockton. Georgia has been shown to be able to lose there. So I will say Texas 27-20.
Nice. What are you thinking on this one, Jeremy?
Well, yeah, I'm going to take you guys back a few weeks, and there was a game that I picked, and it was Indiana and Oregon. And I said that I really can't explain it, but I just felt that Indiana was going to win, and the Hoosiers got it done. Texas leads the nation in sacks. They're second against the run. Georgia has to run the football to win. Plus, Arch Manning, I think, will have time to throw. Georgia does not get to the quarterback a lot. Georgia's 2 diciest games, the OT win versus Tennessee and the loss to Alabama, the passing game killed them. I know the Longhorns have looked bad, even a lot of wins, but I'm going Texas 23-20 over the Dogs.
Nice. Now, does anybody think that a loss here will prevent Georgia from getting into the playoffs?
No.
Oh,
no.
No, I think they're still in it with a loss.
I mean, the only way, if they lose this game and then they were to lose to Georgia Tech, then that would certainly put them.
Yeah. And that's certainly possible, too.
In a precarious
And that
position.
Georgia Tech Georgia game was crazy last year.
And it's not in Bobby Dodd Stadium, but the game is going to be in Atlanta. That game, Georgia Tech.
That I'm disappointed about, that it's
Me
not going
too.
to be that it's not going to be a Bobby Dodd Stadium.
Does the loss knock Georgia out of the SEC championship game? I know that's way more complicated than it
I mean, they're not in it right now because if the season today, it'll be Texas A&M and Alabama.
No,
It's
exactly.
Alabama.
I mean, I know how it is now. The math is really fucked up, and it could go a bunch of different ways. But if you throw this loss in there, does that really fuck them up of having any chance of getting in?
I think so, yeah, because I don't think Texas A&M is going to lose 2. Alabama could lose 2 conference games, still have the head-to-head. If Georgia loses this game, I think they're out of the SEC championship game.
And then they put all their eggs in the basket of beating Georgia Tech.
Yep.
To get in,
which is not going to be an easy task.
So Haynes King plays like he did last year. Man, he's a dog. That dude's a feisty quarterback.
Yeah, he's got a strong will. I enjoy his game this year. I think the Georgia Tech.
He's fun to watch. I like watching Haynes King.
They're an incredible football team. There's no doubt about it. So I'm going to make my pick here, and I'm going to go back to Jeremy in the running game. I believe Georgia's going to manufacture a running game courtesy of Gunnar Stockton. And if you look at what crushed Georgia over the last couple of years, it was always the turnover machine, right? So that's basically what Carson Beck is a turnover machine. And Gunnar Stockton is way more conservative with football, less likely to turn it over, and he can make things happen with his legs. And I think it's going to be the difference in a low-scoring affair. I've got Georgia 41-20.
Let me ask you guys this, real quick. We know Georgia's offense coordinator Mike Bobo. When Georgia's offense gets frustrated, he tends to make some kind of iffy calls. Him and Kirby both. That game against Alabama when they tried to line up on that 4th and 1, and it just blew up in their faces. If it's close in the end and there's some kind of critical offensive play that has to be made, do we really trust Mike Bobo to get it done?
That's interesting. Well,
Bob, I got a question.
What's that?
I don't know. I don't really know what the answer to this is, but I don't recall you ever picking Texas in the game. Have you?
Not in the game that matters because they're Texas, right? It's a constant cycle that regurgitates itself every year.
Well, yeah, I think I do remember you picking Texas to beat Kentucky.
Yeah, I did pick up that. That might be something, but you got to have some sanity. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
you ain't picked them many times in your life, have you?
No, because I think it's just all fraud. I mean, there's going to be no difference now that they're in the SEC than there was when they were in the Big 12. It'll look somewhat promising. Their fans will get excited. They'll talk a whole lot of smack on our groups and online. And in the end, the results won't matter. That's just basically what Texas is all about. And this game right here will show that again. And with 3 losses, Texas will be lucky to get in the playoffs.
I have a question, and mostly it's for the 3 gentlemen that are primarily follow the SEC, and not that me, Ed, and Bruce don't watch. We do, but we don't quite have the passion that Doug and Jeremy and Robert have. But my question is, considering what Jeremy said about the game, led me to this question: Who would you say is the better quarterback right now, Diego Pavia or Gunnar Stockton?
Pavia for me.
I mean, that's tough because Both of them have done some things really well. I will say that Diego Pavia did something last week that no other team has done this year. And that was just make Auburn's defense look silly. Pavia is more of this guy. He kind of does whatever needs to be done to help Vandy win. He's had some very pedestrian performances. I think he had 130, 150 yards passing or something like that against Missouri. But he's one of those scrappers that, even though the stats may not be there, he's going to get the plays in that's going to get his team to win most of the time when they go out. And he just made Auburn look silly. 300 yards passing, 100 yards rushing. He's not, I don't think he's a really legit Heisman candidate or anything like that. But he does what needs to be done to win. Gunnar Stockton, he's done some really nice things this year. I don't think Georgia would quite be in the position that they are in without him. But everything being equal, I would give the slightest of edges, maybe not in raw talent, but in just how they've played. I would give the slight edge to Pavia.
Winner, right? There's different.
I asked because they kind of have a similar style to me. They're both kind of bulldogs, and they kind of do whatever they have to do to help their team win. As far as I'm just waiting for, I know this is Stockton's first year being the quarterback, where Pavia's had more time in service as a starter. But if Stockton could turn on that second half that he had against Tennessee, where he made some big throws, if that was the Stockton we got 85% of the time, he'd be one of the best quarterbacks in the league. But it's still only at like a 40-60 kind of a percentage, I'd say, where you go, man, Stockton's looking great. And then the other 60% of the time you go, man, what's going on with Stockton? And maybe that's just because it's still his first year as a quarterback. He's got growing pains like other young quarterbacks do. But, he showed some chutzpah in those throws against Tennessee on the road to get that game, into overtime. So if he could play like that Saturday night, I think Bulldogs definitely. If he plays poorly, then every stat you mentioned about Texas probably will be true. But
one thing to remember about Stockton,
kind of remind me of each other is what I'm saying.
Yeah. One thing about Stockton and mentioning Tennessee is, and not taking away from that performance, but Tennessee's defense makes anyone look like Joe Montana.
I don't know who the better quarterback is, but definitely the Vanderbilt quarterback provokes more excitement for me, probably because it's Vanderbilt. And you don't get to see Vanderbilt play at this level very, very often, and at Georgia you expect it. So
it's kind of like that old. Pavia's got 400 more yards passing, and he's got 6 more touchdowns. But it's just, but it's funny. I'm looking at the SEC passing rankings of the quarterbacks in this game Saturday night. We got number 8 against number 9. Arch Manning is 8. Stockton is number 9 as far as total composite for quarterbacks. So it's, whichever one has a game, I think is going to decide this thing.
Well, it's the old kind of more with less argument. Pavia's doing arguably more with less.
Absolutely. No, he's a gamer, man. Yeah, unless he comes back next year. But
does everybody pick on this one?
Yes.
Bob, you got anything you want to say?
Yes, I want everybody to like, subscribe, share, get you some merch. And thank you to Jeremy from Southern Sports Focus for joining the podcast, and fuck your team.
And the one last thing I got to say, I've got New Mexico State beating Tennessee. Is that in Knoxville?
Yeah.
New Mexico State by 10.
City, he says.
Great show, gentlemen.
Thank you, guys.
Talk to you soon.